Hi guys, Anne's Reaction here, and today we're going to react to a new episode of Wheel of Time, episode 2 of season 1. Uh, it's called Shadows Waiting, which makes me think of Shadar. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. Shadar Logoth. Usually, when I read the name, like I don't have that issue, but when I have to say it out loud, I usually go with Aradol, um, because I just can't pronounce properly Shadar Logoth. I don't know. Um, yeah, I enjoyed the first episode. Like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because of like people's review of the first episode, but it wasn't a terrible episode. Like it's actually even better than some book adaptations, other book adaptations that I've seen. So maybe I just have very low standards. um, Also, the fact that people are like, it's nothing like the books, but every important things in the book, at least until um, Winter's Night, is pretty much the same. Not all of it, obviously. We didn't have, I don't remember if I talked about this, but we didn't have the prologue um, with, the breaking in Louis Theron and everything. Um, which makes me think either it's going to be revealed, we're gonna have that scene when we have the reveal of who's the dragon, or when the dragon will start to, spoiler, go insane. Um, but anyway, we are just going to go into it right now. I still don't get how there are rumors about Taviran. Like, what have they done to spread rumors? Like, to have rumors that there are four Taviran in Emmons Field? Unless maybe they met someone whose talent was to see Tavirans. I don't know. It's just a bit weird, I think. So I've watched the first episode while the first season wasn't over, and this episode I've watched after the last episode was released. So you already know who the dragon is, I'm pretty sure. White Cloaks? Yeah, it's White Cloaks. He looks terrified. Poor kid. He has every reason to be, because White Cloak. That is very white. Undercooked? Or the spikes? Why would you heat something like this if it's going to either have blood in it or hurt you?
To the dish. Cut the inside of your mouth. Not so much that it hurts, just enough that you bleed.
Yeah, I had seen that bit from the trailer. I didn't think it was going to be like this. Fucking White Cloak, man. Oh? Are we having an actual long opening credit? Took me a second, but it's the pattern. Took me a real second. Oh, that was a good opening credit. Do you think these women were like specific characters or just general representation of each Ajah's?
Type of woman that hears no often.
No. I think the sun is dead. I think. I've gotta say, they look good. the Fade looks good.
My family!
There's no going back now, Master.
My son
They're
is on
dead.
his way already. He'll be there in a moment. You have to help me. We can't leave him.
Either they're dead, is your son is dead, or you'll see the army and just go back until it's safe to, you know, come to the river.
The only way to get my son across.
Yeah, it's also the only way for them to come across.
The white cloaks are right.
What are you doing? It's clearly being destroyed. Why do you think that going in there is gonna save your son? I mean, it's not really her fault. She just destroyed the ferry. He didn't have to fucking jump like an idiot. How is that gonna save his son? Like, for all he knows, the son arrived, saw the army, ran the other way. His son could be safe somewhere else. He just killed himself for nothing. And even if that wasn't the case, what is he gonna do against an army of Trollocs? Like...
waking moment, disagreeing with the Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
She made Moraine's life.
You've get taken.
She's not dead.
Picked her up and tossed her away like she was nothing. It's alright.
I like that we didn't see her weaves. Because, like, only women channelers would be able to see her weaves.
Come.
So it really means that we only see her
Are you
weaves
going to kill us?
because we are the audience. And we need to see them.
Words are important.
Yeah.
How you use them is important. I don't know.
Understatement.
One life on a foolish cause. He was just trying
Exactly.
If I had allowed him to take his ferry and cross the river, what would have happened?
They would have killed him.
The Trollocs would have killed him. Yes.
Yes.
And then followed us.
Yes. Excuse me. You broke up with him.
I came out here to be alone.
Also, no offense. You broke up with him.
Understand?
You broke up with him. Don't look at him like that. Oh my god. What the hell was that? Yikes. Oh no, that's creepy. Does that mean he actually coughed it up?
What does a man do at the White Tower? Other than become an errand boy for the Aes Sedai?
He did not.
How come I don't believe you'd actually let me do that?
I find it interesting that he is much more confrontational. Because, like, in the books, Rand is the least confrontational towards Moraine, I think.
Conversation, and you're on her side now. She's any better than what's chasing us.
Of course I do.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Killed Nynaeve and Layla and half the people we've ever loved.
Nynaeve is not dead,
Moraine
come
has
on.
done nothing but protect us.
If I were her, I'd leave you behind too.
You already did.
Oh.
Don't be an ass.
He kind of has a right to be an ass right now towards her, no offense.
About Moraine. Fireball, so let's try it and stay on a good side.
It's very fair. But like I was saying, it's very interesting that, like, Matt is the one who's well outside of Egwene, but like Matt doesn't seem to have any issues following Moraine's lead, whereas in the book, especially like the first one, he is the one, from what I remember, it's been a month now, but like he's the one who has the most complaints about Moraine, Perrin doesn't say much, but it's kind of Perrin, Jesus Christ, Perrin's character, but he is, very distant with her and doesn't really want to. He's very reluctant to follow her. He still does it because he doesn't really have a choice. They all don't have a choice, but he, doesn't. He's reluctant to do it. Rand is very much like Perrin. He doesn't trust her. He's reluctant to follow her, but he is still doing it because he doesn't have much choice in the matter. But he is not like, he doesn't speak out about it the way he does here. That's pretty much Matt in the books. Not to that extent, but it's kind of Matt. Even Egwene, while we had that conversation where she kind of sort of trained with the stone. We don't see it, but it's kind of implied in the books that it happens throughout the journey to Tarvalin. Well, technically Kimlin, but Tarvalin. But even while training with Moraine, she still doesn't trust her, and she's still reluctant to follow her. So it's kind of strange to see the most outspoken about their mistrust for Moraine here be the most trusting of all of them. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of making like Ren dirty, because like I have a feeling a lot of people are gonna hate him just for this and his behavior towards Egwene, which to me, yeah, it's a little bit much sometimes. He doesn't have to be that mean, like that comment you already have, but he's kind of like, right, she left him, and then she comes back and acts as if that didn't happen. I don't know. I'll talk about it after the episode, but yeah. Oh, fuck.
I am a lady from a fallen house. You're under my care.
Both are true.
Must be properly questioned.
Orland. Yes, it's not.
Children of the light hold sway wherever men walk in the light.
God, I hate them so much.
I didn't. Lest they lose them.
That's right.
Search the horses.
Please cut them off.
Put their fingers in others' business. Those others usually
Look who's
end up
talking. Well, that was nerve-wracking. Jesus Christ. I have to say, I love how they showed the first rule. Because she didn't lie. Every word she said was true. It's very interesting, though, that the White Cloak suggested her to go see a Aes Sedai, considering they're White Cloaks.
No idea who Manetheren is, anyway.
Ooh, are we gonna get the speech?
Manetheren means the army of Manetheren was gone. Queen Eldrine felt her husband die. Driven by grief, she reached out and she held the one power at the Trolloc army. You'll need it in the days to come.
That was a good fucking delivery. I had chills. And I've gotta say, maybe it's because we see it in live action instead of reading it, but I kind of like it better in this situation than in the books. Because in the books, she says it to the entire village in Emmons Field before they leave. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I kind of like it better. I feel like it's more restrained. It's just the main characters. Also, her delivery was brilliant, I think. So again, maybe it's just because we get to see it finally in live action, like the actual scene, that I feel like it might have been better than in the books. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna disagree.
Do you want me to just go back to the way everything was?
No,
Because we can't. You made your decision.
Yes, I agree.
I'm not going to be Nynaeve's apprentice because she's dead. And so is Layla.
Okay, but it doesn't change that the fact that you still made the decision to leave him.
That killed them, and you...
I mean, he has a right to be pissed. He doesn't hate you, he's just pissed. Which, in my opinion, he has every right to be, but that's just me.
I could never hate you.
Yeah. Being angry and hating someone is completely different. Okay, I've got to pause. I'm sorry, but he is right. She acts like she just gets to have everything that she gave up. Like, she left him. She broke up with him. She left him for what is essentially a job. She had a job and opportunity that didn't allow for a relationship, so she chose to break up with him, which is fair, completely fair. What is not fine is that when she lost that job opportunity, in this case because Nynaeve is dead, she goes back to Rand as if nothing happened, as if she didn't choose her job over him, as if she didn't choose to leave him and their potential life together, their potential, like, potentially getting married and their potential family. She chose to leave him because her job at that point was more important than him. And now she goes back as if she didn't make that decision and he just has the right to shut up and accept her back. Like, I'm sorry, but she made her choice, and then when she didn't have that choice anymore, she comes back and goes back, like, he was sleeping and she went to him. Like, that, I have to admit, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And now she's like basically kind of telling him, what's the point in hitting me, since, you know, in being pissed at me and everything, since now it doesn't change anything because I don't have that job. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm pissed at this. Because I've seen a lot of random posts on Tumblr, despite the fact that I had black tagged anything that had to do with Wheel of Time. But of course I didn't get spoiled. It was just random things. But some people were kind of like annoyed at the fact that so many non-readers and so many reactors hate Rand because he is very much against Moraine. We've seen this. And because he is still pissed at Egwene and is not willing to take her back and is kind of a dick to her. I didn't really understand, but now I see this, and are people really on Egwene's side in this? Like, are you literally telling me that if you were in Rand's place and your partner decides to leave you for a job, and then when they lose that job, go back to you and act as if nothing happened, as if they didn't choose to leave you, you wouldn't be pissed? You wouldn't be like, you made your choice. No, I don't want to have anything to do with you romantically, at the very least. You wouldn't do that. Am I just, I don't know, the kind of person who holds a grudge? I mean, kind of, but I don't know. Can you really go back to with that person and trust them, knowing that you will never be their first choice, knowing that you will never be as important as their job? I don't know. It annoys me, and I think it annoys me more than it probably would have if I had not seen those posts and comments. Because now I know that people hate Rand because of this, and I feel like I'm in the right and they're in the wrong. Okay, maybe not that much, but you know. I don't know. I know I've been repeating myself, so.
Trollocs won't follow us inside.
One day. I'm liking the design.
We'll stay here.
One, that's more words than you've said all day, probably ever. And two,
Probably.
wine likes.
Yeah, I really like the design. Please don't touch anything. Like, not even if you trip and you want to help yourself with the wall. Like, that looks so good. And kind of the way I imagined Aradol to look like.
Probably be my fault.
Probably.
Although to be perfectly honest, can't see how anyone could reasonably blame me for any of this.
I like this mat. I cannot wait to see them in their final form.
The girls are gonna be fine.
They're gonna look so good.
My parents
I'm
will
just
be over
saying.
yours, checking on them.
Except Rand. He needs a good therapy session. Actually, just a therapist for life. And a big hug. I mean, they kind of all do, but Rand specifically. I did see shadows, right? Because I was under the impression that it happened in the books because he touched the dagger, the treasure. But here it looked like it was already starting, which is not good. I mean, either way, it's not good, but don't be an idiot. Don't. I mean, I know you're going to do it, but please don't. Don't do it. It's a little bit too convenient, don't you think? Like, there's no treasure here this time. It's just one random box. Oh, Matt. Oh, no! Poor horsey. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I hope that wasn't Bella. No offense to the horse, but Bella's the true hero of the story. I kind of like this look better than the fog, actually. It looks like a shadow. I mean, looks. I feel like the stairs was the wrong way to go.
Hoist me up.
Why don't you hoist me up?
Come on.
Yeah, the stairs was the wrong way to go. Why am I nervous? They're all gonna survive. Oh, I didn't realize it was water. I thought, I don't know. I thought it was on this side and it was like a plane or something, or maybe just like the trees from very far up. I didn't realize it was water.
Let's go. We can't leave without them. Pretty sure we can.
I mean, you don't really have a choice, so. I don't think that log is gonna support their weight. You could just swim. Yeah, you could just swim. You look ridiculous like this. And it's probably, yeah, it's very slow.
If you don't take me to them right
Hey!
now, I'll slit your throat.
Very naive. A very naive thing to do. Wait, was that questioner Valda? Wasn't Valda not a questioner? I feel like he actually hated questioners. So, did they merge two White Cloaks together? Because that would be that's kind of hilarious if it is, if I'm not mistaken. Because Valda, if I remember right, does not like questioners, and here he is one. That's funny. Um, so they finally separated. That was a very good episode, by the way. I'm sorry, I didn't lead with that. I should have led with that. That was a good episode. Definitely much better than the first one. But I liked this one. I really did. I liked the whole sequence of Haradol, Shadar Logoth. I have to say it very slowly. I like the look of the shadow. I'm blanking on the name. I can't believe I'm blanking on the name. Wait a second. But so now they're separated, which good, but I mean, good. Um, they don't have though the freaking Mashadar. There you go, Mashadar. Don't know why I forgot that, but I like the look of Mashadar. Also, especially considering like the look of the weaves, I feel like Mashadar would have looked a little bit too similar to the weaves because it's a fog mist, sort of silvery mist that goes into people's mouth and kill them. Um, like yeah, I feel like it would have been a bit too similar. Also, I feel like it works better. Mashadar, Shadows Awaiting. I feel like it works better like this, I think. But like they don't have the coins though. So I mean technically all of them know where to go because they want to go to Tarvalin. Um so yeah, they can always regroup in Tarvalin. Um but it's interesting that they didn't have the coins. Because in the books, they meet up with um, Egwene and Perrin on the way. And then later, they meet Matt and Rand and Caemlyn. I made my feelings clear about the whole Egwene Rand thing. I'm not a fan. I find them cute when they're together, but the way that she acts, as if again nothing changed, do not like. I might be a bit too mean about it, probably. Again, like I said, my feelings might just be like I probably like I said, I probably wouldn't have been as annoyed with the whole thing if I hadn't seen those posts. Maybe. Maybe. Um I'm trying to think what else I could say about this. We get the dagger, obviously. Yeah, no, nothing comes to mind. It was a very good episode. I enjoyed all of it. I liked that we still got the speech of Manethrin, even if it was a different, under different circumstances. But I like this version better, I think. But again, like I said, it might just be because we got it like as live action, an actual scene. That might be why I like it better than in the books. Maybe. Or maybe it's because it's restrained to just the main characters. I don't know. Yeah, I again I enjoyed this episode. I'm enjoying the show. I mean, it's only been 2 episodes, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'll see you guys next week for the next episode. I hope you have a good week and goodbye.